Good morning. Good morning. Good evening. My name is Ross Nova, running for governor of Minnesota under the Republican Party. Welcome to the War Room Kitchen, where I will address real kitchen issues that families want to know about. That being said, I am very, very passionate when it comes to kids. I love kids. Kids need to be protected from crazy people that want to do harm or that are not realizing that they're doing harm. And that's what's so scary. They're not realizing the long-term effects that it has on our younger generation. Not only that, a lot of streaming services are not realizing the harm they're causing. They may be they may be making a lot of money off this, but they're harming our future generation, and that has to stop. And that's what I strongly believe. So I wrote a proposal called the SHIELD Act. It emphasizes the defense against harmful content and strong enforcement. The state has compelling interest in protecting children, families, and public from exposure to sexuality, explicit, sexually suggestive, and ideological contact that undermines the biological reality, traditional family structure, and long-standing community moral standards. Streaming platforms have increasingly distributed content that promotes gender ideology, sexual identity theories, and non-traditional sexual lifestyle to a broad audience, including minors. Such content is harmful, confusing, and inappropriate for children and families, and the state has a duty to prevent this widespread distribution. Therefore, it is the intent of this act to prohibit the distribution of such content by streaming services operating within the state and to impose severe penalties for violation. I've seen some of those videos on Netflix and Disney, and it is sickening. It encourages kids to go down a road that they never should have went down that road. It's causing great harm. It causes uncertainty. It causes them to not be aware of who they are, and they struggle oftentimes trying to navigate through school on who they should be or how they should feel. I know that. I know the struggles of trying to navigate through the school systems, trying to figure out how you fit in there. That being said, let's continue. The streaming services, that includes Netflix, Disney, Amazon, Apple TV, and other similar services that promote endorsed transgender ideology or gender transition, portrays or promotes homosexual, lesbians, bisexual, cross-dressing behavior in positive or normalizing manner, encourages rejection of biological sex or traditional male and female roles, operates within the state means offering advertising and making content accessible to any resident of the state, mainly including minors. So, no streaming services operating within the state shall host, distribute, promote, or make available in any prohibited content. This prohibition applies to regardless of age, rating, parental control, disclaimer, or subscription level. Just because it says rated for everyone, Enforcement and penalties. A streaming service found in violation of this act shall be fined not less than $10 million. That should show how serious I am. Per hour for each hour on any prohibited content remains accessible within the state. If there's 2 hours of that movie, that's $20 million we'll be fining you. And as long as it's up there, we're going to continue going after you, and the penalty and the cost will continue rising until it's removed. getting ahead of myself. Fines shall accumulate continuously until the content is permanently removed. Each individual movie, episode, or clip shall constitute as a separate violation. Additional sanctions. Repeated or willfully violation may result in suspension or revocation of the company's authorization to operate within the state. In other words, Netflix, Disney, Prime, if you continue posting those videos online, we will not allow you within our state of Minnesota. I'm very, very serious about that. I'm not messing with this. Civil action is brought by the Attorney General, of course, blocking of service by internet providers operating within our state. Any parent or legal guardian of a minor residing in the state may bring a civil action against streaming services that violates this act and may recover statutory damages, court costs, and attorney fees on top of the $10 million. I should show you, we are serious. Enough is enough. I am drawing the line. I want to be able to have kids be put in front of a Disney Channel and walk away without worrying if my kid's gonna come back all screwed up an hour later saying, I feel like I'm a woman or a girl when it's a boy. Or I want to change my hair color after seeing a video because I feel like a woman. I don't know, a girl, whatever. Any of this provision of this act is found invalid. Such invalid shall not affect remaining provisions. So, purpose of this is protect children, families, public from contact. Yep. Applies to all streaming services. Netflix, Disney, Prime Videos, Apple TV, and others. Promotion of gender ideology or gender transition. Positive normalizing portrayal of gay, lesbian, bisexual behavior. Cross-dressing, rejection of traditional male-female roles. No streaming service may host, distribute. This is pretty much a summary. And minimum of $10 million per hour for each hour prohibited content is available. So once again, if you mess with our kids and try to screw them mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we will come after you. And we will go as far as banning you in the state of Minnesota. That's how serious I am. It should be up to the parents to decide what's appropriate and what's not. Not up to the teachers, not up to the education, not up to the government. It should be up to the parents that are raising the child. They should be able to put a child, they should be able to do a movie night, walk away from the Disney Channel, and not worry about the child being messed with mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Ross Nova, shooting forward, brighter, bolder, for a better tomorrow. Thank you.